This is our friend Adam Stamp, a Hollywood visual artist inspired by old school porn mags, pro sports legends, retro signage, but most of all his beloved Los Angeles. In his downtime, Adam wants to start a cult. That interest has led him to research the Church of Scientology, a wacky little crew which claims 5,000 members in LA and owns a vast amount of property right here in Hollywood. Today, he's agreed to take AHDM4U along for a very LA car tour of the house that Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard built. Hey, maybe we'll see Tom Cruise.
I'm going to take you on a little tour of all the properties that they hold here in Hollywood, here for AHDM4U travel issue, baby. It's going to be off the hook and maybe a little scary. Property is an excellent investment, and because they're tax exempt, everything's tax exempt, and they have the best tax exempt deal of any religion in the United States. It's great for them to buy property because they then don't have to pay taxes on it, and it's an incredible investment that even if the church folds, the leaders will still have that, you know, to be able to sell. All right, so this is Big Blue. This is the main headquarters in Hollywood. The building used to be a Cedars of Lebanon hospital. It's 500,000 square feet. The complex for Big Blue was purchased by the church for $5 million in 1976, so they got a real steal.
Adam told us Big Blue is where many members of Scientology's Sea Org live. These are the group's most dedicated followers, who swear billion-year fidelity oaths to earn their stripes. Sea Org members are barred from premarital sex, marrying outside the faith, and having kids. They're also subject to an intensive punishment system called Rehabilitation Project Force. LA, how'd you get so crazy?
Well, this was a time when, in the 50s, when self-help in general was just a huge, huge movement. My favorite book about Los Angeles is The Day of the Locust, which is from the 30s, and even then they're talking about, you know, health food junkies and vegetarians and new agers and all that stuff. So, I mean, obviously this is the perfect setting for that when Hubbard decided to really put it all here. Here we are at KCET, the former public television for all of Southern California that lost its money and had to sell. And 2 years ago, 2011, they sold to the Church of Scientology, who bought the property for $42 million cash.
Granted, we were the ones lingering a parking lot, but there is something really creepy about any religion that buys a public TV station.
And I said, man, I want to go wherever he's going. And the lady said, no, you don't. He's going to the Scientology building. Right here, the brand new Mission of Los Feliz. They make these missions in hip neighborhoods to try to appeal to hip younger people, of course. Recruiting. So there's somebody leaving right now. So that's the newest addition to the Scientology world. And across the street, one of the most famous Scientology buildings, the Scientology Celebrity Center. This is a place that they reserve for celebrities or invite regular members to come feel like they are a celebrity. There's also a French restaurant in the basement that is open to the public. I have a couple friends that like to take first dates there. Yet another thing where I'm not wanting to be involved. I'd have to take cash for sure. A lot of old-time celebrities lived in here. Now it's a place where you can go and be audited, take special courses. They give courses for aspiring actors.
You probs know this, but Scientologists love movie stars. Before he got culted up, Hubbard even wrote movie scripts in Hollywood.
Have you ever gotten a personality test?
No, I don't want to be on the list. They were inviting me to acting courses at the Celebrity Center, which I would love to go to, but I just don't want to be on the list.
This is one list you don't want to be on.
Yeah. There's a store coming up called Confederacy, which is owned by Danny Masterson, who was the star of that 70s show. Right here, Confederacy. And you can see also above, they're doing a collaboration with Rebecca Minkoff, who is a famous fashion designer from Clearwater, Florida, and also a famous Scientologist. Both Minkoff and Masterson are part of this generation of 38 to 40-year-olds that have been born into Scientology, which is kind of the first generation. Beck is one of those. This is the Scientology bookstore. As you can see in the window, there's Dianetics in every language. These were dormitories for the Sea Org, and that's eventually what they will be again. The Citizens Commission on Human Rights, the Psychiatry and Industry of Death Museum. All of these are Sea Org members. The patrol probably are hired by the church. Anyone you see in blue and white.
So weird. And as time went on, even though we totally trusted Adam, AHDM4U started to get a little bit paranoid.
There's probably cameras
everywhere on all Scientology books. Cameras everywhere. There's some security right here. The L. Ron Hubbard Life Exhibition.
Oh, they totally are looking at us.
Yep.
Whoa, they knew.
Yeah. Do you know some of the ranks of Scientology?
Well, they're ranked in these levels called OT.
Do you know what OT stands for?
Operating Thetan. An evil space warlord planted Thetans inside of humans. These beings called Thetans that just hurt themselves over and over again and were constantly like depressed and didn't know what to do with themselves and things like that. Scientology came around and their job is to like kick out the Thetans out of humans. So an operating Thetan is like someone that knows what's inside of them, knows how to combat it, and then you work through the different levels of that. Hubbard's an idiot.
Adam taught us a ton about Scientology on our tour. And he'd probably teach you a bunch about it too if you came out to LA and checked him out. If he hasn't started his own cult by then, at that point.
If you want to find out more about Scientology, I highly recommend Going Clear, a book by Lawrence Wright, writer for The New Yorker. Curbed LA is where I got a lot of information about the properties that they own. If you want to know more about me and my work, I make art and I make out. Thanks so much for joining us on our tour for Let's start over.
Yeah.